to my house and with our special guest, Tristan Dicks.
Hello, everybody.
Let's
Thank
have a
you
look.
for having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. Tristan is a regular.
I am. I'm a regular at this household.
Yes, at the Painted Dog Den site.
Yes, indeed.
And it's always nice to have him.
For sure. It's always good to be here, Ben. We've had a nice day, haven't we?
We've had a very nice day. We had a braai.
We did. We had
a barbecue.
You did very well. You cooked nicely, Benty.
Well, thank you, Karen. But it's also, my friends are very nice to come live on and chat with me.
We like talking, don't we?
Yes, we sort of talk for a living.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, as safari guides or presenters, we've basically talked for a living for most of our adult lives.
Exactly. It's been good. It's been nice. It's actually been nice.
Hello, Sketch Cats. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Another Michelle. Hello, Alicia. Hi, Golden Hour. Tristan, the Master Tracker.
Ooh. This is a big debate, actually.
This is a debate. This is a debate.
In fact, actually, what I think we should do is
we should do a show.
I think next year, because this year is going to be a bit full up, but next year,
maybe Miller wins the next year. A little tracking challenge. Tristan versus Brent. Tracking.
Yeah, let's do it. It'll be fun. What are we going to track?
Wow.
Leopard. Or should we do cheetah?
Lion, cheetah.
Okay.
Brown hyena.
That'll be fun.
Oof, that'll be hard, yeah.
It'll be hard, but it'll be fun.
It will. Where are we going to track?
Deadwood.
You're giving me a home ground advantage.
Well, since I'll be here in Hoodspade a little bit more next year.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe equal ground.
Exactly, true. So everyone, Tristan and Ali are moving to Hoodspade.
Yes, we are.
Jamie and I are very excited about that.
We're moving in.
There we go.
In Jan.
Wandering through.
Yes, exactly. So we're moving in Jan. I'll be based in Hoodspade from next year. Yeah. So not far from where we are now.
It's kilometers that way.
Exactly. It's very, very close. But obviously doing little bits and bobs all over the place. So I think we'll be up to no good for a lot of next year.
Yes. So I think you might expect Tristan to be a guest on a few chats.
For sure. Well, definitely.
And whatnot.
We'll continue to conduct safaris in the Sabi Sands. Yes,
of course.
We will be doing.
Not working.
I think I'm going to go on one. So
go on one. Okay. VM has told us that I've tried with 2 microphones.
So we're going to
change to one.
So must I now talk to your chest, Benji?
No, it's right, guys. Is that
better? Can you hear us?
Is that better? We're trying a very fancy piece of tech.
That is very fancy, Brent.
Yeah. But it didn't work.
But I can hear myself in the background.
Yes, we can hear VM watching us in the background. Much better. Thank you, Mrs. Lapwing.
So yes, we will be in the Sabi Sands doing photographic safaris next year. In fact, watch the space. There's going to hopefully be some cool
and remember,
in the next couple of weeks.
If you want to do a safari with Taylor McCurdy,
yes,
or Tristan Dicks,
yes, or you,
or Ali, or Brent Leo Smith,
exactly,
or maybe even possibly Jamie. If we beg her, Jamie Patterson.
Yes, we can get her away from doing the dishes this evening.
Yes, she's busy doing the dishes. That's why she's not on this chat.
We're very grateful for.
Yes, thank you, Jamie.
It's nice to not have to do that. I don't think this is going to be a regular thing, though.
No.
You're going to have to do dishes.
I'm going to be back on dish duty soon.
Yes, exactly, and rightly so.
Yes.
Keep you out of trouble.
I did do the cooking today.
You did. You cooked very well. Yes. Drop info at wanderingthrough.com a message if you want to do a safari with any of us. And as Tristan's saying, watch the space. There's some exciting stuff coming up. From paintedDog.tv, Wandering Through, lots of things in the next year. Yeah.
Pam Lady, thank you very much. If you guys keep getting your own channels, we're going to go broke supporting them.
Well, I'm definitely not going to do my own channel. No. That's all you, Bent.
Yes.
I will happily come and contribute from time to time with Bent, but I'm not going to be doing my own channel.
Velma is coming back in August. It'd be great to see you, Velma. And Never Too Late wants to know, where's Ali?
Ali is, as usual, jet setting.
She's always jet setting.
She's in Chile at the moment, visiting her best friend, and then I will be meeting up with her in the middle of December.
In America.
Exactly.
Nice.
We're going to go visit Ali's family, which will be nice. So we'll be down in Florida, and then get back, and then back to Juma for 2 weeks from the 15th of Jan. So that'll be nice. I mean, a lot of you have been asking if I'm leaving Safari Live. It's not that. Safari Live has obviously changed to a different model now. So I'll be back there in January.
Yes.
Freelancing, and then from there, I'm not really sure.
Apparently, Saseka did a safari with Dylan, my brother.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
Great.
Dylan, is he on leave, isn't he?
He is on leave. He's hiding from us.
Why is he hiding?
Because he's naughty.
He's naughty, okay. Well.
No,
I haven't switched over to Painted Dog TV, no. Like I said, Painted Dog is... is Viam and Brenty.
How's that, Vimpy? Apparently, I must move the mic closer.
And so, due to the fact that they do all kinds of cool things and we can sit and chat, and a lot of you will know who I am, it's been nice just to come spend some time and talk nonsense.
Exactly.
Brent and I love talking about the bush. In fact,
and birds.
It's all we do.
Literally, today has been birds.
Yeah, we've had a good day
We had a
talking
good
about
talking about birds today.
Yes, that's going to be good. We should also do a bird challenge next year.
Yes, bird
We haven't
challenge
done one
and
of
tracking
those in a
challenge.
while. Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Jamie. Jamie's running away. Jamie, there's not much space between us fatties
No, exactly.
for Jamie to pop her
we
head
are
in.
going to have to do some exercise
Yes,
next year as well.
We are.
Yes, that will be a good thing. Maybe in our tracking challenge we can do exercise as well, so it'll be good.
No, there'll definitely be another chat with Tristan at some point. Yeah,
sure, in the
especially
new year.
with Tristan being close. As I say, we're hoping to have our new live chat equipment, and we're going to be doing some exciting stuff, not only
from the house.
Yes. We will be like we did that test with Scotty a few 2 weeks ago. We're hoping to do some live chats out and about. Carol says, "Come back, Jamie."
Did you also say we got a thumbs up from James Henry as well?
Yes, thank you, James Henry.
Yes, which is always wonderful.
Yes, we like thumbs up from James Henry.
That always is a nice seal of approval.
Well, you never know whether it's sarcastic or not, though.
I hope not.
I hope not, yes. But thank you, James.
Yes, James, and a nice drawing of Scarface. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we did watch James's his sketch Sunday. So if you guys haven't, it's on Instagram.
Yes, it's on James's Instagram.
On James's Instagram. If you haven't seen that, go have a look at James's sketch Sunday. He's very talented.
In fact,
I actually want to buy that for my wall.
A print on your wall.
A print on my wall of James Henry sketches.
An original, actually. I don't think a print would do it justice.
That's true. I'm pretty sure I could con James into giving me an original sketch.
For sure. I also think so.
I think I might even put up in the office, eh?
That's actually exactly where you need to put it, I think.
Mrs. Lapwing, yes, that was Scarface too.
Yes.
Apparently.
I thought it looked just like the picture.
I thought it was excellent.
It was a mirror image, really. He did a very good job in many respects.
Yes.
It's quite sad that we haven't seen Scarface in a while.
Yeah.
Nice to go back.
Taylor is not on the couch. Taylor's at Ngala just down the road.
Yeah, she's actually having a wonderful time.
Yeah, she's having a great time. She saw the white lions,
which is very cool. So for those of you that didn't know, Taylor has gone in search of the white lion. Scotty's also down the road.
Scotty's also there as well.
Yes, all around
James Richard, that's an excellent idea. Get James Henry to do a sketch of Bucket.
Yes.
In a bucket.
Bucket in a bucket.
A bucket in a bucket. I think that'll be brilliant.
Exactly.
Angel, this is a very scary time for some of us. Personally, I do not do well with change, but this will help in that process. Being able to see and chat with our beloved guides. Thank you. Our pleasure. Now, we're not going away, but you got to understand everyone does grow and develop, and priorities change. And
I think it's just everything,
Yeah,
people
it's life.
Life, and after spending as many years as both of us have in the bush, it's going to be nice to live a somewhat normal life. Look who's made an appearance.
It's Jamie and the puppy.
Hi.
So it will be nice to have a somewhat more normal life. Hey, Jamie.
It will.
Exactly. So all of us are going to be, around, but it's not to say that we won't potentially be back at Juma and those kind of things. As of the end of Jan, obviously things are going to be...
Saying hi, Jamie.
And we'll...
Sleepy?
I'm so tired. Did you have
Big
a busy
day.
day?
So tired.
Did you have a busy day, baby? What you doing? We're so tired. Oh, so tired.
Yes. Had a friend around
Yes,
today.
a friend.
Bye, Jamie.
So Jamie will be appearing on a chat, but probably not that. That was her appearance for tonight.
That was her appearance for tonight, yes. Jamie's going to go in couch time and take it easy, which I think is well earned. That's for sure.
We're going to be watching something tonight after we finish with our chat.
Yes, I'm very surprised about this. This is actually quite funny because...
I'm not impressed.
Brenty has agreed to watch The Lion King, if you can all believe this.
And I'm not a big Lion King fan.
No, you're not a big Lion King fan, and we all know why. James even actually mentioned it today too, so everybody's been talking about Lion King, which is quite funny. But yes,
see,
you're not allowed to comment.
I grew up in the actual bush, and apparently I must have been about 10, 11.
You must be older than that. 10, 11, maybe 11.
Yeah, maybe 10, 11 years old.
Because I would have been about 5 or 6.
Yeah, when The Lion King came out.
Yeah.
And watching with family friends of ours in Johannesburg. And apparently I got very angry.
You were very upset.
I was very upset that wildebeest ran over a male lion, and I kept telling all the other small children that this was not true and this was fake and this was a terrible thing. And I would eat my hat or something, and then I kept telling them there are no meerkats in Kenya and in East Africa, and apparently the other children were getting upset with me because I also told them that mandrills only live in rainforests; they don't live in savannas.
So you basically effectively ruined the childhood of many kids.
Well, 4.
4. Is that how many were in your school?
No, that's where I watched The Lion King with our friends in Johannesburg.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I mean, 4 is not too bad.
And I mean, I'm only bringing up the glaringly obvious inconsistencies.
There's a few, but let's not dwell on that too much. But we'll watch it anyway. I think it will be nice. It's supposed to be ultra realistic.
Yeah. So Vim was even tempted to put a camera up to get my comments and expressions as I watch The Lion King and get annoyed.
And we should do a whole video of you watching this and just your facial expressions, and we can just.
There you go. Henny just said, "I hope Vim films you watching The Lion King." That is Vim's plan. Yes, Misty, hyenas don't team up with male lions. With male lions at all.
No, exactly.
Yes.
Also, if my audio is bad, I'm sorry. We had a little thing.
Let's try that.
Should we try that?
In between us.
It's just you speak so loud. That's the problem.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Tristan.
But it's not working, so we're sharing a microphone. Yes. But we'll try and get that right at some point. And the next time I come, we'll have it better.
Exactly. And hopefully we're going to have new kit that we can actually do it off a camera, not off a tablet. So it'll be quite exciting. Hopefully by next year.
Yeah, it'll be very good. I think lots to come for you next year, Benty. What else are you up to next year?
Oof, too much.
Too much.
So obviously paintedDog.tv continues.
Yes.
And we'll finish up the Tale of Two Mothers.
That's been very interesting, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been amazing
very cool
being able to follow those cats.
Yeah, shame that poor cheetah though. It's amazing.
No, I'm joking. Yes, she lost those 2 cubs.
Yeah, exactly. Was it close? We were talking about this earlier.
I think it was a leopard.
You think it was a leopard?
I think it was a leopard.
Because the lions obviously chased her, and
then it was like 2 weeks later
in a completely different area, away from
the male lions. Okay. And the afternoon we found her, she was very skittish, and there were monkeys alarm calling about a k-and-a-half away, and that Shivati male leopard was in that area.
Very cool. So she had 5 originally, now down to 3.
3, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
But the lions are still full-fledged. All 6 cubs. Bucket, BB. And I did see a question there. Guys wanted to know how Bucket and BB got their name. And if you haven't yet, you need to go watch the series that male lion adopts a lion cub. Yeah. And you can go watch how Bucket and BB got their name. The reason I named her Bucket is when I managed to call her out and catch her, I put her in a bucket.
Yes, which is fair enough, I suppose.
Yes, well, quite a lot of teeth and claws, even on a 2-month-old lion cub.
You're quite brave to actually pick up one, because they are quite... even at that age, those claws are not exactly blunt, and
but shame. She was so emancipated from lack of meat and milk. Sorry, at that stage, that she was quite weak. And the scary thing is that we've had this discussion amongst us a lot about how big and how much a lion cub that age weighs.
Yes, we've had this.
We've had this discussion. This has been a big argument.
Jamie, not even a discussion, I don't think.
Yeah, it's an argument. Jamie was involved in it as well.
Yes.
Jamie won.
Jamie did win, actually. We'll give it to you. Brent, you also were close, weren't you?
No, I was the exact. I'm the one who's picked up the 2-month-old lion cub. I knew exactly how much she was.
But it'd be interesting though if it had fed, how much heavier it would have been. Do you think it would have weighed more?
Yes, but not much. I mean,
do you not think so? If it had been feeding well, and obviously there must have been some sort of muscle atrophy, or not?
Not really, and I mean, if you take the puppy,
but your puppy doubles in size every time I see it.
Yes,
it's literally.
But if you take the puppy at her age now, she is not even half the weight to that lion cub at 2 months old.
It's amazing, man.
And also they look so small when you see them on screen. Even us who's sitting there watching them, they look so small. And suddenly you can see in that video when I pick it up,
it's much bigger.
It's much bigger than you expect.
Well, I mean, it's like the male lions. I mean, did you ever see that picture that VM and I put up of the Birmingham male on the tree? Did you ever
Yes.
see that?
I did.
Yeah, so I'm sure somebody's got a screenshot of it somewhere where Wiem and I, well, there was a Birmingham that went up a Marula, and Wiem and I went and stood next to it, and then we kind of photoshopped the two together, and that male lion is heads and shoulders above us. In fact, it is literally a head and shoulder
above us,
you.
yeah.
I go up to the
It's
armpits
massive, eh?
at 6'2", so
Yeah.
I mean that's a big animal.
Jamie, people want to know about the haircut.
Your haircut.
My haircut.
I think it looks good.
Oh,
I'm really hoping to copy his haircut, but the barber has just not been open.
So fluffy.
I know. Look how fluffy.
So
I am.
fluffy. So fluffy and so grey.
I know, grey and fluffy. It's not ideal at all.
It's so funny. We had friends around for lunch today and stuff, and I was the oldest person at the table, and the only one at the table with no grey.
Yes, that is also true.
Yeah, all right.
And VM does VM have grey?
Actually, I don't know. VM, are you grey?
VM's not answering us.
Shh. He says shh. So yes, he's got grey.
He's got grey. That is right.
I'm convinced you've got grey in your eyebrows.
They're blonde, I tell you. They're blonde. We even plucked one to check, remember, and it was yellow.
Yes. I don't see grey there.
No.
I've got lots of grey. I'm
My
very
dad,
salt and
my
pepper
dad
these
only
days.
started going grey after 50.
Really? Well, that's not my case. I'm going
No.
to be, hopefully, I'm not going to be fully grey
Or
too
mine,
soon.
Tristy.
Yes, Jamie, I was there for the time you found your first one.
No, that
Not
was a
no.
20.
At
Yes,
20.
yeah.
No, okay.
Jamie
You had one at one point that you found,
Yeah,
and you
Jerry
were
found it
mortified.
out.
Yes, Jerry found it. I
Yeah,
think.
Jamie had her first grey at 20. So,
I think I was around the same.
Siddharth, we are about, as the crow flies, probably about 70 kilometers driving, just over 100 kilometers to the Safari Live Camp.
Yeah, it's not quite that. It's 73, I think, isn't it? To the gate.
To the
Something
gate,
that, yeah. It's not too far away at all. Yeah, it's nice and quick to get in and out, and so that's why
It is,
being
yeah.
based in Hoedspruit next year will mean that whatever's happening will allow potentially to do more work with Safari Live beyond January, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's going to be exciting next year. I think we're going to get up to all kinds of
Yes,
things.
I think you're going to see quite a lot of us.
Yeah.
Well, you've seen a lot of me this year.
Yes.
And hopefully with the way we're taking PaintedDog.tv and we're restructuring stuff, and I can't tell you exactly what is going to be coming yet, but you are definitely going to be seeing more of us more frequently with lots of guests.
Yeah, which is cool. It's also
Yeah.
nice that Taylor's around and
Taylor's
Scotty's been around, and
Scotty's around, and
so yeah, there's going to be all kinds of things going on. I think there's lots to do next year.
yeah, and
sure.
and even apart from the family,
Yes,
Scott,
yes,
Taylor, and co, we're going to be getting guests like Grant Beverly from Endangered Wildlife Trust.
Are
who
you
is at-
sure you want?
Yeah, I don't know about Grant. I hope he's watching this. But Grant Beverly, and we get and
Joel would be a nice
Joel,
one. Yeah.
some different vets, wildlife vets, and different people from all around to spice it up a little bit.
It'd be nice also just to open up a discussion for
Yeah.
different things that we don't generally talk about. I mean, Grant is hugely.
He's doing some amazing work in Mozambique at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a huge reference for
Yeah.
wild dogs, and in fact, large
Carnivores in general.
for this area. And then obviously Joel being vet.
Sketch
This
cats,
is
you
super
never
interesting.
know. Maybe we can convince James Henry to appear on a live chat
Well,
with Painted Dog
yes,
dot TV.
Then you know you've made it when you get the master. Yeah.
Have you tried the South African elephant dung gin?
No,
I haven't.
I haven't actually. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Me neither.
There
But
is a-
these
have you
days, craft gins, you can. I mean,
it's
I can
ridiculous.
take claw hair and put a piece of dog hair in a gin. Now it's a craft gin.
Well, there's that wild dog gin, but it doesn't have wild
It
dog.
does
in
there,
it,
yes, thank
but
goodness.
it
That
is
would be very unhealthy.
It is a gin that if you are a gin
Yeah.
drinker, is a good one to drink because it donates.
It does. It donates through to Endangered Wildlife
Trust,
Trust.
which is grants.
Yeah, which grants, and then also they've got the beers now.
Do they?
Yeah, there's a bear that does all the most endangered species.
Oh, that's cool.
In South Africa, so there's pangolin, cheetah, wild dog.
very cool.
And riverine rabbits, I think is the
Was
other
that
one.
is that through the Boucher Foundation? Is it?
I'm not 100% sure, but that also goes to EWT. It's
awesome.
to Endangered Wildlife Trust.
Very, very cool. James seems very sad. Why is James sad? I hope he's not sad.
I hope James is not sad.
No, he'll be fine.
Misty, I have some elephant poo paper somewhere around as well.
And Hosanna is
Hosanna is sawing.
That's
Good
cool.
man.
That's very cool.
Maybe we should go look for Hosanna, Tristan.
Yes, but although
Should we tease them? Should we go look for... we're going to have to wait till see till next year.
Hosanna would be fun. I would love to go see him again. I must be honest. Him
I
and
may or
Tamba.
may not be in conversations to try and make that happen, but I can't say any more than that.
But it would be nice to see both of them.
Yeah, well, but
Both
if
boys.
you're going looking for one, you're going to find the other.
Well, yes, because they're in the same place at the moment.
Yes, but
Well,
also
not in the same place.
Same
Before
place.
everybody gets worried about the fact that the two boys might fight, they're not in the same place. The one is the northern side of the Sand River, and the other one's on the southern side. But
yes,
the same lodge accesses those sides. So, but very cool that he's sawing, and it's. I mean, it's obviously a big step in his.
yeah,
The
and
only thing
prime
that's not-
territory. Yeah,
Not cool about it is that it's out of an area where
you
we
guys
would be
can see
able
them
to
now.
him.
But it is prime territory, and it is the best.
Well, if
second
if
best.
you're a young male leopard and you've landed your bottom in the butter,
And you're sitting on the Sand River.
yes,
So
in Ottawa as well. I mean,
Ottawa's one of my favorite
know.
properties in the Sabi Sands.
not many cars.
No, no
Sand
cars.
River, you've got water holes.
Yep.
Oh, he's in basically the lap of luxury where
He
he is
is.
now. Exactly.
And he's surrounded by ladies.
Yes, he does have a
Lot
lot
of
of
ladies.
ladies. So those of you that might be wondering which ladies he'd have, so that could be like Ingrid Dam, Tiani potentially.
I've
Sarah.
forgotten the Ravenscourt lot, that southern side.
Yeah, but they're more south of the river.
Yeah,
Hukamuri
they
female,
come
the
across.
actual
Yeah, the
Hukamuri
actual Hukamuri female.
So yeah, those are the females that he'd be able to make. There's a lot more on the.
Oh,
on the
there's
Sand
so many. I
River.
mean, we haven't been down that area for a
Moya.
long time. Moya, yeah. I mean, I don't know the names of leopards. And also, you talk about the western
Sava, there's lots.
western western section
Western
leopard.
se-
Western section leopards.
Oh, there we go.
And I mean, so I don't know if you guys remember the facts that I vomited out of my mouth at some point in Safari Live about leopard territories in the Sabi Sands from the Panthera data and different
amazing.
things. So, in the northern Sabi Sands, the Djuma, Buffalo's Hook, that area, your average male leopard territory, so Tingana's territory, for example, is around 4,000 hectares, which is just about just under 10,000 acres.
4 to 6, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
something
4
like
to 6. So
Something like that,
from about 10,000 to 15, 16,000 acres. If you go down to the Sand River, it's 800 to 900 hectares.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's tiny.
And
It's,
remember some of those
it's like
females-
5,000 acres, half.
Some of those females are even less.
No,
It's
that's the
crazy.
males.
Yeah, I know, that's
The
what I'm saying.
females are about 500-600 acres. It's just
Crazy.
there's a lot of food,
Yeah.
a lot of impala, a lot of inyala, bushbuck. It's a really great area, and obviously permanent water, so that keeps all the animals there. So very good territory.
I mean, I think it's the only problem with that territory is so highly competitive that
It is. They don't last long.
The 10 years of the males bar Campan is
And
very short.
Manuleti.
I suppose Flat Rock has also done okay.
Manuleti, I think Campan displaced Manuleti, but he was dominant. So he obviously came from the north.
Yeah.
Manuleti.
Yeah.
And he ended up between Londolozi, Malamala, and didn't really go into Singita. But I mean, he was dominant for
Campan
7
was
or
more Singita, so.
But nobody when Campan took over from him,
Yeah.
Manuleti must have been 14
Yeah,
already.
it's
He
old
was
already.
old, pale face. He was the palest male leopard I've ever seen.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, we used to call him pale face.
Yeah, I remember. That's
Yeah.
right. That's the
a big boy
'cause I was
as
thinking,
well.
I'm sure it had that leopard had another name. So
Marisa, that area is popular with leopards because there's a lot of prey
and there's the river.
and the river and lots of great territory for dens, etc., etc.
There's a lot of water. So
Yeah.
in comparison to what you guys are used to on Djuma, there is, I mean, probably I'd say 10 times, maybe 20 times the amount of water, which
Yeah.
means that
There's
obviously
lots
the
of water.
density of animals there is way more.
JB Tristan will know more about that.
What's that?
Did Hosanna take Anderson's territory? Where's Anderson?
So Anderson's still moving around in that general area, but yeah, pretty much where Anderson used to move. Not so far to the east. So remember, Anderson used to come all the way to Arethusa.
Yes, yeah.
Where it seems Hosanna's not doing that. So Hosanna seems to be that northern Marthley from the Manuleti westwards in towards
Okay.
Tiny Dam.
Yeah. Oh, I love that area.
Yeah, Tiny Dam, and then the southern side of EP and Arethusa private around.
So he's still coming into the north.
Yeah,
A
you
little
can
bit,
see
but I
them-
mean that's very close to that
that's
boundary.
very close.
Yeah.
So it's basically the Manuleti River is now his kind of furthest eastern section, and then he goes west from there. But I mean, talking about long territory holds,
Campan.
yeah, but Tingana's done well, eh? I mean,
He's not Campan.
he's not Campan, but
Campan's still my
but what
favorite
I'm
male
saying is,
leopard of all
it's all
time.
things considered, I
Yes.
feel like he's held a territory quite long. It's been pretty amazing, and the fact that he came back from that.
That injury, yeah.
That horrible-
I remember seeing him behind the Chitwa Dam wall, and I
that
thought,
period was
he
terrible.
was
but
in trouble.
He was in trouble, exactly. And so, it's it's nice that he's back in full swing.
For how long? Apparently, I saw someone was saying that he gave Gajima a hiding.
I don't know if it was him, but Gajima looked sore. He doesn't look good. He's got a big cut all over his face. But you know,
But that could be quarantine.
It could be warthog. It could be anything. You know. There's Tundi's cubs. Brent, a bit jealous about those?
I got 5 cheetah cubs. I had 5 cheetah cubs.
Yes, they were
very cute. No, I'm always jealous of not seeing a leopard cubs, but
yeah, I mean, it's not like we've had great views of them yet. It's just been nice to have found them. And
how old?
But it's so cool because actually, sitting here next
the same
den where you found Hosanna and
Shongile
Shongile at a few hours old. We then found obviously these two. At a few hours old.
T1 and T2.
Yes, T1 and T2, until such time as
they get named.
Crazy, and it could potentially be boy girl as well. That would be weird.
That would be very cool.
Weird, but very cool. I mean, I really hope that it is.
Kalamba was also in that den, wasn't she?
She was. It was the first time we saw that cat was in that den, but not where she was born.
Okay.
Yeah. So, she uses that den. I mean, it's obviously a good den. Karula used it.
Yeah. I got a very scary charge from Kunyuma out of it.
Kunyuma was a grumpy cat. I'm sad that I didn't get to spend too much time with him. I only saw him, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I love that leopard.
Do you know who I did see
my
the other
favorite
day? Was
male
Quarantine.
young man. He's got big hair.
It's very big.
Yeah.
It looks like a little tank now.
The last time I saw Quarantine was just before I left Wildlife. I was on Tortured, but didn't have signal. Yeah. We had no signal where I found him.
He's very, very, very cool. So he's doing well. So there's interesting dynamics actually about leopards. But you had recently a new leopard.
A new leopard on a giraffe kill.
That was super interesting because Brent actually told me about this. He sent me a message and he was saying to me that basically this, as I understand it, this leopard was super reactive to the spotlight.
As soon as she saw the spotlight, tried to run away.
But as soon as infrared,
nothing. She came in. She was 10 meters from us feeding.
So it just goes to show you how much of a difference infrared can make.
With unrelaxed cats.
In viewing wildlife.
And also maybe to use for habituation.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you have an ability then to watch the cat at a respectable distance and slowly,
get closer.
They can get closer.
But it was amazing because we couldn't get any further away from her because it was up against the fence line.
Yeah.
So she was 10 meters from us. Spotlights on, tried to run off.
Spotlight off.
Spotlight off, infrared, didn't move. There will be a video of it coming out later soon. For the patrons first.
Where do you think she comes from?
I think she's young, Harry.
Very young. Do you think it's maybe a cub of this?
No, it's not. It's not one of Sandy Ben's 3.
But it's another female leopard.
It's definitely a new female leopard. It's right on the border of the orchards.
Okay.
So I think she's moving in from somewhere looking for territory.
So that's the great thing about the Reed Sprite is that there's these random things that happen. I mean, random wild dogs, random leopards that just show up, which is pretty crazy. So that's exciting, Benty. I'm excited for you. And
Marisa, that's a very interesting question, and we're actually waiting to hear back on that.
Can leopard litter mates have different fathers?
It's possible. But it's not been 100% proven yet.
But it has been, because isn't the Panthera data... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, James Richard. I'm sure you're on here watching. I saw a question from you just now. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But the paternity test that came back from Kunyuma and Quarantine
with separate fathers.
As far as I remember, it was Mvula and Tingana or something like that, was it? Yes, I think so. Maybe. I might be wrong.
I can't remember.
If somebody is... maybe can remember. I've got it on my phone. We'll have a look just now.
Where can hippos find water right now? Not very many places.
Sand River.
Yeah, there's
Sabi River.
We've had a little bit of rain, but not much. I think we've had about 20 mils in total.
Have you seen Chitwa Dam lately?
I have. My brother showed me a picture of it.
Horrible.
It's really, really horrible.
In that part of the world, that's the only place. But there's hippos at Reed Spate now, doing fine.
No, they're on their way.
They're on their way.
We've redone the dams, etc., getting ready.
Yeah, being redone. So tough time for hippos. Not great at all.
James Richard Q's and Vullas, but Kunyuma didn't have a sample.
But how is that possible?
You
are of the opinion, hey?
My favorite thing about Hosanna and Tristan is convinced Tingana is the dad. I'm not.
Well, we'll know because his sample's been sent.
Has it been sent?
Yes.
Because apparently the last sample got tainted.
Yeah, so there's another sample that was sent.
I just want Tristan to be wrong.
I was wrong about Tiani. Completely, apparently.
It wasn't Anderson. Who was it?
It was Tingana.
Was it Tingana? Sneaky old boy.
But they did see him mate with her, but I don't know. I don't see it. I don't know why. Maybe, these are the way things go. But also, the only problem with that is that if a guide hasn't really paid attention,
Yes.
and thinks it's the scat for that individual,
then it could be it.
it's, unless
You're making excuses already in case
know,
the guy is not
I
his
know.
son's father.
he is. Let's not argue about this.
No, so it's been a long pet peeve of mine, and at many a rangers meeting and function at the junction,
Yes.
this one's father. I was like, you cannot say that. I've seen her mate with 4 males. How can you say she's the father?
I agree with you in that. I think it's very difficult to make that assessment. I think we all do it based
Of course,
on
what you want.
Not only what we want, but also the fact that we think we see everything, which clearly we don't. And Tandi's current cubs are a prime example. Is that
Who did she mate with?
Who did she mate with?
We didn't hear a thing.
Yeah,
But
no
female
one.
leopards do move up to 4 territories through 4 other female
But
territories
do you
to
know
mate.
what's amazing?
Because if she went into Kruger,
Yeah, but
no one would
what
know.
amazes me is Sibui, Tandi,
Oh,
possibly Kuchava.
Jamie apparently collected Hosanna's cat.
Yes.
So you can't query the guide
No,
collecting
I'm
this
not.
cat.
Not
Okay,
on,
I'm just
not on
checking.
Jamie. I'm talking about the Tiani one. That's
Okay.
what I was talking about. But Sibui, Tandi, and potentially Kuchava. She looked like she had
Yeah.
some sort of disturbance there. They potentially all have cubs. Not one of them has been seen mating,
Kruger.
or a skittish male.
Kruger, you would hear him. Even if you didn't see them, you would hear them.
I know, but all 3 of them to Kruger. It's through.
Or into
Inkanye.
northern Londos.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know,
They
but
don't. Northern Mala Mala. They don't drive up that side often.
maybe.
And it's a big area. Up
I think
there.
it's just amazing that there's, even in an area so dense with vehicles, that a leopard just goes to show when a leopard doesn't want to be found, it won't be found.
That's really interesting.
Gajima.
His dad's day one.
Yeah, he would have been born in the sands.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling.
But
some
that's
maybe
northern.
wrong.
That's more northern Malas again. People don't
No,
drive
it's
there.
not. That's
Day one, isn't that?
Day one is the western sector.
Then he went into Ottawa. If he was brought up in Ottawa, he can be very skittish. Ottawa is.
Except that.
Those leopards. When I first started Singita, the leopards in Ottawa were flashes. You
Yeah,
very seldom had a
maybe.
good sighting
Maybe
there.
that's very true. It's actually not far to Buffelshoek from
No,
there. It's a quick
it's straight.
little walk along the fence line.
Yeah, it's
basically.
easy. Quite possible.
Very possible.
Hank, can we shout out War Series for your grandchildren?
War
Series. There we go.
There we go. That was easy.
I'm not sure what that's about.
Yes. Panthera's test came back. That
Q.
is
Yes,
the
we're
sun.
talking about him. Kunuma.
Kunuma's the
now,
interesting
Now
one.
with lions, it is possible for the.
Yes. But so I can't see why leopards wouldn't be.
Maybe with the lions, it's something to do with the social dynamics.
except
I
that-
don't know.
Except that
I think they should be able to.
in lions, you see it often that the mating changes
In between.
in
yeah.
between. Whereas in leopard, it's often that doesn't
Well,
happen. It does happen, but it's not
think
as
about
common.
Hosanna and Shongile.
Yeah.
We saw her. She mated with Anderson,
Yes. She mated with.
Tingana,
Yeah.
and she mated with
she would have mated with-
Kajima.
Okay, so 3. It's
So that's
possible.
3.
But
So there's
all in that
3
same one.
within a
stint.
month and a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. It's very, very possible. I hope Hosanna's one comes back soon, and then that will be a good answer. Well, obviously Shongile will.
If Tristan's right, he's never allowed to be on live chat again because I'll never hear the end of it.
Well, now people are asking me what's my issue with the evokers, Brenty. I haven't told you all about this, have I?
I've heard some from Jamie.
Yeah, so the evokers are not my favorite male lions. A lot of people probably are going to hate me for this, but I explained it the other day on Drive, is that I just find them to have done is very little to endear themselves as a powerful coalition.
If you don't have to, as a male lion, you're
No.
going to do as little as possible.
Yes, I understand that, but at some point it would be nice if they even just moved. So I get the not fighting. That's cool. You can be a peaceful male lion. I'm all good with that. But it would be nice to see you walk. Like, that would be cool. So
I saw them walking plenty.
You're lucky because I didn't see them
I
walk.
saw them
much.
fighting and
I definitely didn't see that. Birmingham's great. Mapoho's great.
Mapoho.
Majingaland's great.
Matimba's
great. Evokers? I'm yet to see them hunt something. Nothing. I know that they eat things, but...
I've never seen them hunt either, or even attempt to hunt.
Yes, no, they, I'm afraid, are a little bit on the lazy side for me. I prefer...
Someone said lazy wings.
Yes.
They said lazy evokers.
The only good thing that they have done is that they are obviously very good at mating.
Yes,
Because they've produced cubs.
Lots of cubs.
And
But then again, they might not be their cubs.
Or maybe not. Except that there's been no other male lions. I suppose the Nkuhuma male and
There's always other male
the
lions.
Mangan male, I suppose, possible. But anyway, that's my thing with the workers. And yeah, I was excited about them because for the first time ever, I thought, well, I'm going to see male lions because I have the male lion.
Yes,
curse.
yes, I do know that.
And they've.
And
just-
I seem to have the opposite. I'm always in the middle of male
Yes,
lion
exactly.
takeovers
Wherever
and whatnot.
you go, the male lions are there. Wherever I go, they are not there. And so for the
You've
first
got male lions in the Mara.
yes, no, the Maras, but but if you don't get lions in the Mara,
Yes, there's something wrong with you.
yes, I think we should go and do a trip up to the Mara.
Yes,
actually. I think
maybe
that
we
would
should
be-
talk to Ali. Go
Yes.
on safari with Tristan and Brent in the Masai Mara.
That should be a cool one.
That would be fun.
Yeah, maybe migration next year. That'll be fun. So yeah, I mean that'll be good. Hopefully, also spend a little bit of time in the sands. Where else would you like to go next year? I mean, I feel like it'll be a good year for traveling as well, even if it's not work.
I've got to time my traveling for Jamie's varsity holidays.
I do think you need to take Jamie to Botswana. though.
I have to definitely take Jamie to
Yeah,
Botswana.
I think that would be great.
Jamie
Botswana,
hasn't
for
been
those
yet.
of you that haven't been, is a beautiful, beautiful country.
I do
with-
love that. Zambia.
Zambia's
I love
great.
Zambia.
Would you be tempted to go to Malawi or not just yet? Do you want there?
I would go.
I think it would be very interesting. to
I
go.
would go. I'm not sure if I would go with guests yet.
No, not with
I
this. I'm
think
saying
yes,
yeah,
I would definitely
yeah.
go.
I think that'd be quite an interesting one. There's all these Mozambican parks now, which is what we're talking about.
Gorongosa.
Yeah,
I really want to go to
It's
Gorongosa.
amazing.
I've been way up north. I've been to Nyasa before. That's hard country though.
That is hard country. Yeah. Where else is on the bucket list for Brent?
For Brent,
Zakuma?
Zakuma definitely.
Yeah, Zakuma. So those of you who don't know where
and
Zakuma is,
and
it's
there's
in
Chad.
Yeah.
There's a new park that African Parks have just taken over.
Yes.
And I might get the opportunity to be one of the first people to go take pictures
that would
and
be
stuff
cool.
there. And it's called Iona
That's awesome.
National Park in Angola.
That's very cool.
So on the Kunene River, north of the Kunene River.
Well, that Kunene River area is amazing as well. Great birding area too. Show us my shirt.
What does your shirt say?
It says "Dashing Through the Snow."
Oh, it's a Christmas shirt.
It was a Christmas shirt.
It's a Christmas
I think
shirt.
I actually got the shirt for Christmas 3 years ago.
Aunt?
2 years ago, I think. Yeah.
Aunt, grandmother,
I actually think it was one of Ali's relatives that gave it.
but
to
an
me.
auntie also.
Yes.
That's definitely an auntie shirt.
Yeah, but I don't know why I haven't worn this.
Oh, so we're being asked about Costa Rica. I'd love to go to
Costa Rica is birding paradise. I mean,
Exactly.
that would be amazing. But that's a bit far afield at this stage. Where else? Okay, if we outside of Africa, number one destination, Benty.
Oh, there's two.
Two outside of Africa.
Yeah, that I want to get to.
Yes.
3. If I think about it for longer.
There's more than. I mean, there's 10 at least.
Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka, number one.
No. Pantanal, number 1.
Pantanal, number one.
Pantanal, number 1.
We might actually be going to Pantanal.
Yes, I
in
know, I'm
August.
very jealous.
Yes.
Pantanal,
Ali
number
and I
one.
might be doing that in August, which will be nice.
Pantanal, number 1. And then Thai, Sri Lanka, India. I know you guys went to India recently.
India, I think you'll love and hate at the same time. It's
one of those
It's one of
places,
those
yeah.
places because the guide in you that is used to certain things will
KJJ, we'd love to come to Oz, but there are no big cats.
would probably scream, but
Yes.
the
Just the
seeing
experience,
tigers and
the experience,
and,
yeah.
and the dhole and the sloth bears. I mean, that's just unbelievable. They're an incredible wildlife destination. So yeah, there you go. W. James has done a tiger safari and
There we
doing
go.
the Pantanal this year. When are you going to the Pantanal?
Denali.
We'll be hopefully there in August, I think, which would be nice.
Yes. But this is the
I
thing
would
is
also
really
like. Would you
there's
not
so
like to
many-
do pumas? Pumas in Patagonia.
in Patagonia?
I think
it's
it'd be
cold.
fun. It is cold.
It's cold.
But snow leopards also cold. But
Yes,
fun.
and also snow leopards would be great. I'd love to see a sloth bear.
Sloth bears are awesome.
Sloth bear.
I must admit, in my time in India, I loved the tigers. I thought they were amazing creatures, and they're massive. They really do make lions look quite small in many respects, especially those big male tigers. And there is something about a male tiger walking out of these Indian forests, which is cool. But the sloth bear and the dhole. You would love the dhole.
Dole, I think I'd go nuts for dolls.
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
the,
very
the Indian wild dogs.
Indian wild dogs, yeah. I mean, they don't look like our wild dogs. They look more like a dingo from Australia, a little bit more
yes,
like that kind of reddish.
yes,
coat.
yeah.
But super kind of busy,
Social and
exactly like the
busy,
dogs.
yeah.
I mean, like the behavior is exactly the same. So yeah, I think it would be good to go to India, also do the IPL, just do an IPL game just for the experience. I think.
Yes, I would go. I'm not as big into cricket as
But
Tristan
don't
is.
you
I would
think it
go
would
with
be
you.
like-
I would go watch the cricket. With
Yeah,
you,
I think it would
Tristan.
be amazing. So IPL is the cricket league in India, and I would love to
Yeah.
go and do that with us. Maybe
Yeah, safari cricket, safari.
Well, maybe we'll be doing a
Yeah.
safari to India at some point as well.
Yes, Ali and Tristan do
Ali
you?
was
Yeah.
I mean, we do them already.
Already,
but,
yeah.
So that'll be good. I have a really big want. So I have 3 that are my top 3 bucket.
And I didn't even talk about my fishing ones.
Yeah, well, no, fishing is a different one, but I have a top 3 that I need to go and do. So snow leopard and pantanal are really up there. Then the third one, at the moment, there's like this competition for this third place of
Madagascar.
No, so either we were talking about it earlier, Borneo for the clouded leopard.
Yes,
which would
and
be
we were
amazing.
talking about Borneo earlier today. Yeah,
Either Borneo for the clouded leopard or. I would like to go and see the Amur leopard, Amur tiger, which would be
Russia,
very difficult.
very
Russia,
difficult.
But
Yes.
you know, a friend of mine is set up a hide
Actually-
in Russia now
Oh,
for
really?
them, which is he's busy testing it. It's not open yet, but it's a photographic hide, and I asked
spraying Chanel number 5.
maybe I don't know, but I asked him what his sort of success rate is in seeing these Amur leopards, which, as you know, is one of the rarest cats in the
There's
world.
435 in an area twice the size of Kruger. Or
Yeah, something crazy like that. And it's a 65% chance, which is quite high. It's higher
Over
than
how
I
long a
thought.
period?
7 days apparently, or 14 days.
That's not
something
bad,
like
eh? Hey, what was that for? Noah.
that. She just wants attention.
No, I think there's a porcupine.
Maybe there's a porcupine or a civet or something. Like that.
Her enemies.
Her enemies, exactly.
Hey, give it up. Trouble.
So yeah, those are for me. I mean, the
I'm
clouded
saying-
leopard would be good.
I will let you chat for a second because I'm thirsty.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
chat.
some
Let
water.
me see what questions we've got here.
Keep the dog quiet.
Maybe somebody wants to ask. Well, we can say hello to all of you. So, Nulia and Simon, we're saying hello to you guys, and she is saying hello to you as well. Fishing, Samantha, yes, Brent and I are avid fishing, or particularly fly fishing. So we like to go fly fishing, and next year we'll be doing a lot together in the mountains here. We catch yellowfish in this area, but we've talked about going and doing a lot of things. So Gabon, Brenty, would be good fishing.
Yeah.
Yep. Some of the atolls of the Seychelles. Yeah, so Farquhar,
Madagascar, northern Madagascar.
Madagascar. I would enjoy that Cameroon expedition. Cameroon looks
Cameroon,
amazing.
yes.
Nile
Nile perch.
Yeah, that'd
And
be
like
cool.
3 different tiger species and yellows.
Yeah. India for Masia.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I've still got to figure out these yellows first,
Yes,
though.
that would
They've
be
been
good.
troubling me.
So yeah, I think that's gonna be good. Will you take Seb with you to Gabon?
Nah.
Well, I mean,
I'm only joking.
Seb's got a little one on the way. So
Yeah, he's not going. Shannon's not going to let him anywhere.
He's not going
He's got a
anywhere
newborn
just
coming
yet.
in.
10th of December.
10th of December.
Yeah, so he's super excited, which is cool. So I don't think Seb would go. Although Seb loves an adventure.
He does.
I think he would be very keen to go and fly drones and all kinds of other things, which would be good. I'm not avoiding any questions about Florida.
I'm drinking water.
Yes, as
Mary.
am I as well.
It's hot. It's been
very
really
hot,
hot today.
So I'm not avoiding questions about Florida. I'll be in Florida, but it's obviously to go and see family. But what would I want to photograph in Florida? Apparently there's pumas walking around in Florida, which would be quite cool.
3.
Yeah, I know, but imagine getting one.
Those the Florida puma.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very
You know
few
what's-
left in the Everglades.
You know what is amazing, funny enough, in Florida, particularly when you go onto the Keys, is the bird life
Yes,
on the
and
coastline.
flamingos. There's flamingos. There's what did I see when I drove through
amazing
Florida?
herons.
Yes.
and little sandpipers.
You will see a grey heron.
Yeah, you will see
The same grey heron you see in the South
Exactly.
Sands.
They've also got that blue heron, I think it's
Yeah,
called.
it's very pretty.
Yeah, so really cool birds, which I've
There's a
hopefully-
lot of
and manatees is the other one.
yes, there's a lot of escaped birds in Florida.
Yes.
I got so confused and I saw this parrot.
Have you been to Florida?
Yes.
Whereabouts did you go?
I was on a work trip selling safaris. It was I landed in Miami.
Yes, as one does.
And I spent 2 nights in Miami. That was an eye opener. That Miami
is an
trip
eye-opener.
was loud.
It is a lot of. It's because there's lots of Spanish in Miami, and Spanish is loud.
No, and the music.
Yes, music does get rage.
It was giving me a
Yes,
headache.
it does.
And then
Bobcats is also a cool
yes,
one. I just
bobcats.
saw
Yes.
that now.
And I saw an alligator. I saw 2.
I have seen alligators as well, they were quite cool.
Yeah,
Actually
so
quite interesting.
unfortunately, because I was on a work trip selling safaris and we were on tight schedule.
Yeah.
So 2 nights in Miami and then straight across to Tampa.
Yeah.
And the only alligators I saw were on Alligator Alley, that big road that goes through the middle of the
dead
Everglades.
straight road that is very difficult to not fall asleep on.
Yes,
from Miami northward. Westwards.
Westwards.
Yes.
And I was was with a friend of mine, David Cartagena, who's from New York. And I was like, slow down, alligator! He's like,
we see them all the time.
dude, we gotta get to our next meeting. But Alan's my first alligator. It's
Gone. Oh, sorry, Benty. I actually saw a funny video the other day of somebody robbing a convenience store with an alligator.
Really?
Yes, he had drunk too many apple juices and apparently caught an alligator and then ran in and threw it at the cashier and then tried to rob it, but he got arrested.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, so it was quite funny. I did laugh, and that's the kind of things that happen. But I really enjoy Florida. I think it's an amazing place.
I enjoyed my. I was trying to think
third
of that
or fourth trip there.
That parrot I saw.
Nice climate there at this time of the year.
Just south of Miami. As the Keys starts, we stopped at a little boutique tour travel agent there for the meeting, and what is
I can't even remember. They are parrots there, but
it was something to do with tarpon.
Did you see all the?
So like the whole town was just tarpon. Everything had a tarpon on it.
Everything.
Yeah. And there's
nice fish to catch as well, by the way.
Ooh, yes. My biggest is only 22 kilos.
Yeah,
I've lost some big ones as well.
Small for Gabon.
Yes.
They get big.
The parrot was
Tarpon Springs. Is that?
It could have been Tarpon Springs. Yeah. And I couldn't figure out these parrots, and I was like, I didn't know there were any parrots naturally occurring in there. They're not.
Yes.
They apparently.
Did you see all the iguanas? Just talking about.
Yes, I did
lots
see
of
iguanas.
Iguanas are everywhere in that part of the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yes.
When will I catch up on Twitter with all of you again?
Come on, Tristan. Tweet more regularly.
So as many of you know, I've had a sabbatical from social media for the most part.
I don't blame you. I go through it every now and then as well.
Instagram for me is just a nice outlet for photographs, and I get to see all the top wildlife photographers in the world, as well as all the fishing guys, which makes me happy. So I like watching that, being on Instagram. But Twitter and Facebook, probably the new year. Yeah, I think, with doing a little bit more kind of on the safari front, and private guiding stuff, I'll be a lot more active on those next year.
Here's a bit of interesting information from Caleb. We used to have a parrot species in the southeastern US, but they were wiped out over 100 years ago because they were considered pests on crops. That's quite sad.
That's very sad.
But I was trying to remember these names of these parrots, but they were green with red foreheads. And I looked them up eventually. I think they were from Asia or whatnot. Yeah,
from Asia. And
I mean, Florida's got one of the biggest populations of African rock pythons in the world.
Well, they also have that huge problem with peacock bass.
Yes, peacock bass. And you know what the biggest invasive species in Florida is right this moment?
Snakehead.
No, it's killing the snakeheads even.
What?
Claris claripus.
You're speaking Latin now.
Sharp-toothed catfish.
Sharp-toothed catfish.
The one,
really?
The one you get here in the Sabi Sands.
Really?
Yep.
Because I know they also have. I mean, there's a lot of these issues in the waterways of the states is from people obviously keeping
releasing out
fish.
So the sharp-toothed catfish is escapees from attempted fish farming. Because they grow so fast.
Because I know like snakehead and all of that was from people keeping fish tanks, and then they grow too large
and they let them out. And snakeheads are incredible.
They're incredible.
They're from the Mekong
exactly.
Mekong system.
Yeah. So pythons
invading Florida.
There was that crazy photograph of the python that had eaten the alligator, and the alligator had eaten out the python, and they were both dead.
Yes.
Very, very cool. So yeah, lots to see in the States as well. I mean, the States is also an interesting
I saw Lillian's lovebird in Florida.
Lillian's lovebird. Yes. Well, if you want to see Lillian's lovebird properly, you should
go to the Zambezi Valley.
The Zambezi Valley.
Zambia, Zimbabwe, northern Botswana.
Zambezi, those areas. So that's a good place for Lillian's lovebird. But yes, the States has got a lot of wildlife as well.
Spara, yes. The catfish you saw at Juma in the past years are sharp-toothed catfish.
They are.
They're the biggest catfish species in Africa.
Vindu?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
No.
I thought Vindu were. That's
Orange River wrecked the Wundu.
Yeah,
The biggest
those
Wundu,
ones on Orange River
the
are
biggest
ridiculous.
Wundu ever recorded is 55, 56 kilos. Orange River is over 100 now.
100, yeah.
So I think it's the third biggest catfish
in
species in the world. Obviously the
Wells.
Wells
is
Wells
definitely
actually
up.
might be up there, but the biggest catfish species in the world is something that people are not quite sure of. There's
It's
only
not
been
the one
like
from the Mekong, because the Mekong's got a big one as
yeah,
well.
that is the sort of official biggest, but there's one from the Congo River
Yes.
called the Sunni catfish.
That's right.
And then there's lots of small ones,
That
but
Congo
there's
River's an amazing thing as
there's
well.
there was one fish, a catfish that was so big it blocked up a whole hydroelectric turbine
That's
in
ridiculous.
the and they said it was probably like close on 9 meters long and estimated about 450 kilograms.
Yes.
But it
well,
wasn't confirmed because it was chopped up.
That will eat a small boat.
Yes, Congo River is incredible. Can you
It's deepest river, I mean,
in the
it's
world, as far as I know,
ridiculous. Yes,
might not be.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
But so the Congo River is so deep and the current is so strong that the fish species have speciated to the bank.
Yes.
The little tilapias and
But
stuff
and
like
also
that.
the fish
And
that occur at the depths have all gone. Are they no longer
all blind,
eyes,
yeah.
because it's so dark.
It's incredible.
Down there, so, a fan meetup in
Okay.
Florida. It's on the cards. Ali's busy looking into all of that, so hopefully we'll be able to do it.
There you go, Tristy.
Largest tiger fish I've caught, the one on the Zambezi last year.
It's not even on fly. It's on just tiger fly.
The one last year. What's yours? Do you know weight wise?
You
14?
first.
13
Well, you talking pounds or kilos?
pounds for you. Weight
No.
20 over 20.
No. 13.5 kilos.
Yeah,
Tanzania.
no, it's a big.
And for
Tanzanian tigers
Yeah.
are another story.
and then for Zambezi, 10.2.
Okay, so mine was 11, I think, pounds.
No, kilos.
Kilos.
Yeah. So
That's a big fish.
Yeah, it's a big fish. Chobe, the Chobe River and Zambezi join.
No.
But that wasn't on fly. It was on live bait.
Yes, as was mine.
Yeah.
Well, mine was actually not on live bait. Mine was on a fillet,
Yeah.
a Chessa fillet, which was cool. But I mean, tigers are an amazing fish on fly. They really are fun. So
Yes, Carol. Fish are always this big.
always,
Yes.
much bigger than they really are. But that's how we like to noodling. Have you ever been noodling?
Not by choice. I have noodled catfish out of muddy wallows before, but
that's
no,
different.
I haven't
Not the
gone
same.
noodling.
No, I also haven't gone noodling, but we have removed fish from muddy wallows before.
So-
Trout and salmon, many times.
Many,
Many
especially when
times.
they fall. and you
When
die.
I was younger, I used to all my school holidays when I wasn't in the Kruger, I'd be trout fishing. So I used to do a lot of fishing with my brother, my grandfather, my dad, which is good. And then maybe next year we'll be doing some.
Oh, we're definitely gonna be doing something. We're gonna fix these yellows here. I need to fix these yellows
We'll
here.
get the yellowfish right, but trout is also not too far from us.
Yes,
2 hours?
2 hours
Yeah.
up into the mountains.
Yeah.
Bass, I don't like bass. They're too easy to
They're
catch.
great. They're fun on fly.
They're
though.
very easy to catch though.
Yes,
It's like,
they
yeah.
enjoy anything that makes a lot of.
But guys,
movement.
speaking of water holes and whatnot,
Yes.
because my goodness, Tristan, we've been yapping on for nearly an hour.
Oh really? Oopsie.
Um,
We'll have to do this again. Brent.
Yes, we're gonna have to. We've got so much to catch up on, guys. We have some very exciting news from PaintedDog.tv.
Yes.
Our patrons will know about it already, but as you know, we have the Hyena Den Cam on Leadwood. We have Critter Cam just over here in my garden, and we've been doing some testing and some fiddling and whatnot, and we are very, very excited to release our first waterhole cam that is not in my garden.
We were watching that last night.
We were watching it last night. Within 5 hours of it being up, we had male lions being chased by rhinos. Now,
Very cool.
I need to
Disclaimer.
before everyone gets very, very upset about us, we will be showing rhinos on our live cams. The reserve, we've spoken to the reserve management, and they are happy for us to show rhinos. In my personal capacity and in the reserves, we think showing rhinos is better than not. It actually gives them a better chance from an poaching point of view. And this it is a man-made pan in front of a camp. So there are people who live in that camp and stuff like that. So and it's a very good way we actually have given it to Rhino Revolution.
Yes. I was about to say.
Rhino Revolution, and they monitor all the rhinos in the reserve. So for them, this is really exciting for them because they can monitor the rhinos. And because of the drought, they have been feeding the rhinos a little bit around the pan. So you will actually see, and you will see that they are dehorned as well.
Yeah, that's
So,
a big project at the moment.
It's a very big
That's
project.
Huge, yeah. So lots of dehorned rhinos around. But I think it's great because I
Yeah.
tell you why. It opens up a conversation.
It does. At least people are
And
talking about rhinos.
I mean, obviously, I know there's different policies in different places, but
Yes.
I think the fact that you have them, I think it's good for people to educate themselves. And who knows, maybe people out there that becomes their favorite animal, and they end up really creating some noise about it. So I think it's pretty cool.
Misty, does dehorning them actually save them? To a degree, it does. Unfortunately, what happens when you dehorn a rhino, it puts pressure on other rhinos that are not dehorned. However, in a reserve like ours, where we have to, it brings down the cost of having rhinos, and to have a rhino is a very expensive thing.
I also
at
think
the
is
moment,
that
which is a
in
problem.
that reserve, it's
Yeah.
more manageable because
It's more
you
manageable.
can do all
Exactly.
of them. And
we
you
can
know
do
you're
all
not
of them.
gonna
We
get-
can make sure they can't box each other.
But I mean, it's funny enough. Those of you that maybe have travelled to the Kruger ecosystem and have been here in real life, you'll know that obviously there are rhinos around, but they're dehorning them in Kruger now. Even
Yep. Nila, it's coming. I'll put up a print of Sandy Bend on Teespring. So remember,
she's cool,
yeah,
she's very cool.
she is a very cool leopard.
Yeah, so
There we go, grumpy old man, the Gnu's and Zebra on the live cam right now.
awesome. Well done, Brenty. That's very cool.
Yeah, we're very chuffed, and so far it has been. I mean,
I must
Liam
be
and I
honest,
were
I
going through
sometimes
the
wonder onto
footage.
your cameras as well. I mean, obviously we live in the bush, and so for us, a
quite
lot
nice
of the
just to
time, well, yeah, it's
If you're in the city, you could just have the frogs in the background.
but it's
Warm.
also just nice
warm.
even from a guide point of view to see what lurks in the night. We obviously, I mean, we have the Juma Dam cam, which is so successful, but these are cool just because they're in a slightly different area, and the density of things like civets, porcupine, particularly on critter cam over here, is so big.
And
that-
also, like the new cam, Vim's put the link out. He'll put the link out again now shortly. I think we've had lion, rhino, jackal,
what's exciting about that one is a chance of brown hyena.
brown hyena. That's I was getting there.
Very, very cool.
So,
and potentially even caracal.
and potentially even caracal and or serval.
Yes.
Both
And
species of
aardvark.
jackal, aardvark. It is right in the center. They are both black and white rhino, Jennifer. It's right in the center of the reserve. The new cameras we're looking at now, we don't need zoomies, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The motors and stuff make us a lot of noise, but this is our first test of the new camera, and it's got audio, guys. So that's really, really exciting.
Yes, those insects are quite noisy.
Yeah,
aren't
we got to move the light that next to it, because the insects now come next to it.
they? If you're wondering what that noise is,
And
it's
you think
insects,
you think the wind's howling, and it's a moth next to the microphone going.
Yeah, but it's awesome. I think it's very, very cool, and yeah, I mean, I think you guys are doing good stuff, which is awesome. So well
Yes,
done.
and hopefully there are going to be quite a few more of these live cameras coming out in the future.
I hope so.
And we are looking at new cameras for next year, when we have the budget and stuff, where everyone can be a zoomie. So 4K cameras.
Yeah, VM was explaining it to
So
me. That sounds amazing.
Everyone can zoom where they want to. So
independently
of someone else. So that'll be quite exciting.
It'll be very cool.
It'll be very, very cool.
I mean, if you get that right, that'll be amazing, because
Yes.
that means that I can watch something that potentially I want
Yeah,
to. and
if you watch, you
something
can
else.
watch the yellow-eyed canaries having a drink, and someone else can have a look at the impala.
Yeah.
So everyone can be their own zoomie, which I think is really, really exciting.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. So
But
that's
again,
gonna be nice.
that's in the future for next year. But on that note,
Yes.
we've been talking for too long. Vim, can you
It's
pop
hot.
up the camera feed once again so everyone can see it? And if you're not a patron yet, please support us on Patreon. That's how we are able to bring you this wonderful wildlife. And also, if you want a T-shirt of Hosanna or Karula or Mabai or any of the wonderful characters we follow, go have a look at our Teespring account, which VM will pop up shortly. VM's so good. There's the
There we
Patreon
go.
link, and then I'm going to wait till I see the link to the live camera before Tristy and I say goodnight.
Yeah, but it's been awesome, Brenty. As
Always a pleasure to
always
have
good.
Tristy here.
And like Brent said, if you haven't been following them, you better be following Painted Dog.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, and hopefully Brent and I will be doing safaris next year, and I'll be doing quite a few trips next year as well. So we look forward to maybe seeing lots of you on it.
Awesome, guys.
Good. Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm waiting for the link from VM.
I think
One
we're
last
Brent.
link. Did I miss it?
I think so.
Do it again, Vim. Do it again. There we
There we
go.
go.
Bye, guys.